We're going to do some pancakes today, folks. Once again, if you guys like what you see, please hit the like and subscribe button. I'm sure it's somewhere down below. Not sure where it's at. So, let's get to cooking some pancakes. Let's see. Okay. As per El Yonder Boxo, we're going to do 6 to 7 of them. So you want a cup of mix and 3/4 cup of water. I don't use water. I use milk. So, and I go by the box, but I don't. I go by the box on the mix. I go by how much mix I need. So what I'm going to do is see your 1 cup line. If you're like me, you're about half blind, so you need to get up close. So you'll use 1 cup. Normally you only need, if you just want 1 or 2 for yourself. If you only want a couple of them for yourself, then you only need a couple tablespoons out of it or something like that. I'm going to go ahead and make them, so all I got to do next time around is go ahead and pull them out of the freezer and throw them in the, you can either throw them in the microwave or put them back on the stove for a couple minutes. Or what I like to do is throw them in the toaster from frozen, and they're a quick, easy meal on their own, folks. So, yep. Get the old flat iron hot. I'll bust a groove on her. It says it'll make 6 or 7 of them. Just remember, the 6 or 7 that they're actually talking about is 4-inch, so it's maybe only about as big as the rim of this 2-cup, because this is a 2-cup measuring cup. It's only about 4 inches or so. That's all they're talking about. They're not talking about any huge, wide one about that size or nothing like that. Although if that's what you want, you'll get a few of them that size. I guarantee it. Oh, do I want to do that, or do I want to use my whiskey? Whisk. Whiskey would have been years ago, and I like being drunk all the time. So, like quite a few years ago when I liked being drunk all the time. Okay. Take the old spatula and cut your butter, folks. Woo. And on these, you can turn your old pan down to 3. Stick your butter in there. You're ready to rock and roll with that pan, I guarantee it. Oh, well, you know what? I'm not going to bother the whisk today because honestly, my big whisk is too big for that, and my small one's big enough to not even catch the bottom. Well, it'll catch the bottom, but it won't do what I want it to do. It won't get the sides like I want it to get, so it'll still leave some of the mix in there, and I don't want that. You're going to get it up and around the sides, like so. Hopefully y'all can see it, like so. And we'll mix all this together. And once you get it all off the bottom, I mean, you can use the whisk if you want. That's a great deal in the neighborhood. But here's what's going to happen. You're going to have to scrape it off the side and put more in there later. Now the pancake mix should look like that. Should be kind of thick, like a regular gravy. I like to make mine a little thin, because as it gets warm, it'll set up and that'll make it thick. That's the reason why they tell you to add water. I use milk just for the taste, although that's a buttermilk pancake mix. I use milk, it has dried milk in it. This is just what I do. Here's the problem I run into a lot when I do it like this. Sometimes I put a little too much in, and it makes it look like water. That is not my whole intention. So what you'll have to do is, if you're doing that and that happens, just like with gravy or anything, you put extra mix in to thicken it up. So since I made that too thin, I end up adding in probably 2 tablespoons of mix. And you'll end up mixing it in like so. Where it starts to stiffen that back up just a bit. Well, looks like I might end up with 12 or better today. Woohoo! And since it's still a runny consistency, go ahead and add in a little more. Trying not to burn the butter, and I'm trying to hurry up here, but I'll throw in one more. Let's give it another half. I'll do 1.5 more tablespoons. So I made the it's no biggie. We'll see how it works out. Now we're back to about the same consistency, but it is a little bit thicker. About to where we was at before. Almost. And if you want, you don't have to start your pan up right away. I did just to get it ready, basically. I'm not adding any sugar into these because most of the time they already have some sugar in them. And here's the truth about it, folks. I'm a diabetic, so you already have your carbohydrates, which turn into sugars. You got fiber in there. You got total sugars of 4 grams. So if you eat like 1 or 2 of these, it's not really going to hurt your sugar. Eat it with something else, like a protein, like turkey, chicken, beef, pork, what have you. pan's hot, your butter's in there. She looks nice and slick. She's ready to rock and roll, folks. If you pour them out to about that big, you'll get probably 7 or 8 of them, probably 10 of them out of that. So there's that once again. If I do happen to do some semi-sweet chocolates in there, because these have less sugar in them and they're better for you, they're a higher content of actually cocoa powder. So let that sit there and cook for a few minutes, and then try not to burn it. I'm going to crank this up to 3. Crank the old grill up, or crank the old stove up there. You can also do them out on a grill if you need to. And if you like to say hi to the cameraman, I'll give you a shot of the cameraman. Hi, I'm the cameraman. So if you hear stuff in the background, don't mind me, it's just a TV. So get some like that, kind of puff up a little. Uh-oh. Well. And since I got the new door on the cabinet, I've already forgot where some of my stuff's at. So I'm gonna go around it, preferably go under it, make sure it ain't like super soupy no more. Go under your pancake, give her a bit of a wiggle, and plop her down, folks. There's the start of the pancakes. What I like to do is I'll grab me a paper plate. And I know you don't need to, but I'll grab out a few of these, and since I do have butter in them, that'll probably be the last one that I bag up. So, or that'll be one of the ones I bag up. I throw this down on here. So my pancakes actually, so when I do my other pancakes, it only soak up that. If you turn it too quick, you'll end up with a white coating on the bottom. So you'll stick it back on there and you'll go after that. And me doing this is something I kind of wanted to do because I can show you guys that, one, I do know how to cook, and I drove a truck for 24 years, so there's other things that drivers can do other than just drive a truck. I also do woodworking, metalwork, welding. I cook. I do a whole bunch of other things as well. So this is just one of the things I do, and I do this for fun. I also tell jokes, and I enjoy music. So some of the things I find are in different cookbooks. I find them on the back of different things, and here's your pancake, folks. I'm gonna do a few more. And just like I said, I find recipes, kind of like this. I find recipes on the back. I keep them, I cut them, I use them, just like my cheesecake, which my wife's birthday's coming up. I'll make her another cheesecake. And just stuff I love to do. Years ago, before I turned into my 20s, I actually never really had a real piece of cheesecake. It was always the Jello cheesecake, which is a good thing. But when I finally got out and started driving, I got to have a real piece of cheesecake, and it was more pleasurable to me as far as the taste. And I always thought, man, there's a lot more different tastes out here, and I never really got to taste them or check them out. And I do love food. Now I do know that's a gluttonous thing, and you're not supposed to do that, but I do love food. Just like corned beef hash, never really had, homemade corned beef hash. It was always out of a can. So at some point in time, I will make you guys some real corned beef hash. The first real corned beef hash I ever had homemade was out in Barstow, California, back in the late 90s, when I was just over 21 years old. So it's just kind of one of those things, folks. It's just kind of one of those things. Like I said, I love cooking. This is something I love to do. I will confess, years ago, it took me a long time to get my steaks and stuff nice, juicy, and tender. So that took a little while because, honestly, at first I was trying to bite through shoe leather with decent teeth. I had to have those cut out a year or so ago because they were starting to bother me pretty bad, so I do not have any upper teeth. So this is a little bit about me, and hopefully this helps a whole bunch of you with what I bring and what I'm cooking. I cook a little bit of everything, although I don't get a whole bunch of fish here. When I do, I'll actually show it as well. So if you guys would, please like and subscribe. Hopefully this is something that you like. Once again, we're going to get on the train thing here. When I get a chance at some point in time, I will show you how to do coffee too. And I love my percolator. This is the new version of what my grandfather had back when I was a kid. Love my percolator. The other stuff don't taste right to me. I've had a whole bunch of them, I've had the Black and Decker, the ones you pick up at Wally World and everywhere else. I've had the little bun ones. I've had different ones, but these, I always love the taste out of these. Because we have hard water here where I live at in Indiana. And I never did make it to where I got a, oh, this is going to be interesting. I never did get a water softener, although I probably should have. So, that's how you do pancakes, folks. And a short bit of bio about me. Also, I may just take a bite out of this one just because. Go and fry if you want. And I'll honestly tell you how I feel about them. Most of the time, if they're cooked with butter, they taste a whole lot better than if not. Plus, they're creamier. They taste awesome. So, they're not like, what I call it, doughy, or taste like a dry, still tastes like a dry mix, which is normally a horrible taste in your mouth. So what we got is we still got the old pancake going. Second one. So this all stems from a lot of things, folks, not just me loving to cook and just loving food, which is part of it. My grandma taught me both my grandmothers taught me how to cook different foods, and I enjoyed them and I loved them as well. All different kinds of stuff. Potatoes and potato salads, egg salads, tuna salad, hamburgers, hot dogs, steaks, chicken, all different kinds of stuff. So, you get a chance. I'd like to thank you guys for watching and listening. All this is done on my phone, not on my computer. Once I can figure my computer out, because I do have one of those, I'll be able to update stuff a little bit quicker and a little sooner. But normally as I film these, I repost them the same day. So thank you. I love you. Hit the like and subscribe. We'll see you guys next time. Bye for now. Ciao.